Hello and welcome again to Creative Connections. I'm Gary Blanchard, and today I'm very happy to have as my guest Warren Burnett, a musician and composer. Warren, welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
Nice to have you here. So how long have you been playing guitar?
I've been playing guitar for about 15 years now.
Okay. And how did you learn?
I learned like everybody did. They just explore with it. Basically, take the guitar and go, how do you play this note, and just pluck one string and then just keep going, and eventually they all come together. And
okay.
And that was pretty much my getting into it. And then I had friends that play guitar, and my friend Paul, he showed me a few chords, some old like Dawkins and old Neil Young,
okay,
and stuff like that to get me started. And then I kind of, as I went, I just kind of created my own style. As I went, I picked off what they showed me, and then eventually I was like, this kind of sounds good, and that sounds good. And as I went forward, truthfully, honestly, I really didn't stop playing guitar for real until I was like 22.
Okay.
That's when I actually first started playing the guitar itself. I went down to Wurlitzer in Worcester, and I bought myself an Ibanez. Okay. You know, I bought my first guitar down there, and I just started learning with that. And then about when I moved to Spencer, when I moved to Spencer, that's when I really started into guitar. My friend Matt Norton, he moved in next door, and he was a guitarist himself, and he really was into what I was playing, because I sit outside I have a little chair in front of my place, and I'll sit out there and I'll just play a nice summer day, the people walking by, and he really enjoyed that. And that's when me and him started collaborating, and he started showing me more of the guitar and how it went, and that's how most of my songs got written, was with him, and then being outside and going out by myself, out in the woods, and basically to the parks. We got 5 national parks around the area. Okay. And that's my best practice space right there.
Okay.
Yeah, right in front of the ponds and the lakes, and
that's wonderful.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Now you're very different from a lot of musicians in that you do all instrumental guitar work.
Yes, I do.
So how does a song come about?
A song comes about with emotion, basically. It's how I feel at the moment, time I'm staring at, or how my day went, or as the seasons change. So as spring comes, I would kind of like make spring music to summer, and then as fall comes, I would make music to go to the fall. Okay. And now we're in winter, and I make music to like reflect the season at hand. Okay.
So I think what I'd like to do is to have you play a song for us.
Okay.
And what are you going to play?
I'm gonna play a song that's brand new. That's called "Hills of White." It's off my latest release called "The Gift." Okay. I had 2 releases this year. I had Dreamcatcher, which that was a nice big 13-song album, and this Gift is like a 6-song little album I made just right after Dreamcatcher, because I had some time and downtime, so I was like, well, might as well.
Might as well. I like that.
It's a song that I put on the album for a filler. I only had 5 songs in the album. Okay. And what I did was I said, I need to put a filler on there. So I came up with this little tune.
know enough about guitars to know that that is not standard tuning.
No, it is not.
So what kind of tuning are you using for that?
I'm using DAG.
Oh, okay.
It's one thing I've told people many times about me. I don't play in standard. To be honest, his last album and a couple albums before that, I didn't use any standard at all. Everything I come up with is actually all alternate tunings.
Okay.
Everything is. And I truthfully honestly, I like alternate tunings because I think it's the best way to explore, for me, anyways, to search for new music.
You know, and I think that's a really good point, because I think that when you use standard tuning, it just seems more natural to use some standard chord patterns and the like. I've recently experimented a bit with some open tunings as well. And it really does, and particularly if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what the rules are, so you break the rules and you come up with new things.
Exactly.
So what is your process like when you're putting something like that together? How does it go from kind of feeling your way around the fretboard to, okay, this is how the song is?
Well, I'll come up with an idea. What I'll do, I'll come up with a quick riff, or I'll search for a tuning on the guitar for whatever alternate tuning I'm using, and I'll just search for a bass note, a lead note, a bridge, and I'll make it quickly. Like on Facebook, like you said, you follow me on Facebook, I do an Instagram 1 minute challenge to myself, what I do. And I make a song in 1 minute from beginning to end. And that's how I kind of find songs in doing that. And then afterwards I go back and I relearn, readjust, and extend the song. And like I said, most of my songwriting is outside. My best time is spring and summer and fall. And I'll just play what I feel. And alternate tunings for me, I think, was the best doorway to do that. If you look at artists like Michael Hedges,
okay,
Andy McKee, John Ross, or if you look at bands that play a little more heavier acoustic, like Days of the New, bands like that. Actually, when I was a kid, a big inspiration for me in the 90s was Dave Matthews Band.
Okay. Dave
Matthews Band was a big thing. When I saw Dave Matthews Crash Into Me,
okay,
that was a big inspiration for me right there. It actually opened. When I was 14, I saw that Crash Into video. You know, I was like, wow, look at that. It was a nice forest and all that. It really brought it home.
Right.
And I think he was truly inspiration for me to actually start playing guitar. And then, like I said, when I started I started searching on YouTube, like Andy McKee. And on YouTube, they had next to it a suggestion. It was Michael Hedges.
Okay.
And his song Dream Beach.
Okay.
And that's kind of what made me really get into the alternate tunings. And what I did was, the first alternate tuning song I wrote was actually called Mystical Moon.
Okay.
That was my first alternate tuning song. And so forth and beyond, I've been doing that since.
Okay. When you are writing, do you have a title in mind? Or where do the titles come from? I sometimes have trouble titling a song with lyrics. I can imagine trying to title something that is totally music. So where do they come from?
After the song's done.
Okay.
After the song's done, I listen to the song a lot because I have a mini studio at home, and I sit there with the headphones and okay, what should I call this song? What does it sound like? You know, and that's how I kind of come up with the names. Like the album, The Gift I just did. You know, it's the season of the holiday, Christmas, and all that. And I'm trying to. So it's winter. So I says maybe we'll come up with some winter songs. So I came up with like The Gift, Hills of White, paper glass, which is actually paper glass. I mean like a frozen lake.
Right. Okay.
I just thought paper glass sounded a little bit nicer.
Oh, that's a beautiful. So I imagine you are not writing as much outdoors in the winter.
No, I wish I could. Believe me, I wish I had a cabin out in the woods. It'd be really great. Just,
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
but no, I just stay at home and write. I put a movie on and I'll just play to a movie. You know, just watch TV. That's how I do it on my couch now. Or I'll set my condenser mic up and put my headphones on and I'll come up with an idea and I'll keep going. I spend hours and hours. I really put a lot of work into my music. I mean, it takes me a long time. It doesn't take me a long time to write a song, but to get perfected, I'm a very...
Well, yeah. I mean, what you're doing is very advanced, and you really need to be sure your finger is getting to the right place. And not always that easy to do. Particularly with the speed that you are playing. So I imagine it does take a good while to really get it down. How hard is it for you to remember?
It takes me a little while. I spent most of the week practicing just for this. So
Okay.
it takes me a while to remember it. But what I do is I have all books. I don't just write a song and just next. No, what I do is I actually write the song down. I don't know how to write notes.
Okay.
I'm not that advanced. I really wish I was. But what I do is I write down the tuning,
Okay.
what key it was, and what I was doing. And luckily for me, I have a lot of videos. I do a lot of videos myself at
Okay.
home. If you go on YouTube, I actually have over 200 videos
Wow. Okay.
on YouTube. So, and go back to YouTube, remember that. And
Okay. Cool.
it's very easy to remember, and most of my style too is really in the picking of the instrument. It's really, I don't think it's a lot of the chordals. I can pick some out really, really good, and really make it sound melodic with some harmonization to it.
Right. Right. And the 12-string particularly really, I think, adds to that.
Yes, I love the 12-string.
Yeah,
I actually just
yeah.
fixed that too.
Okay.
It was broken down for a while.
Oh, okay.
It costs a lot of money for strings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, why don't you play another song for us?
Okay, and this is going to be fingerstyle.
Okay.
It's going to be fingerstyle. It's not going to be picking.
So you say you have over 200 videos.
Yes.
How many CDs do you have?
I have 9 albums.
Okay. And if people are interested in them, where do they go to buy them?
You could actually go right on Google.
Okay.
You go right on Google, go to Warren Burnett Music, and I'm on iTunes, Amazon, Juno.com. I am on Bandcamp, Reverb Nation. I'm on pretty much everything. Tidal. I'm sorry to mention this. I'm actually a signed artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Phoenix Records.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my label. So he's
All
the
right.
one that he puts the music out there and try to gets it around and all that. And
Okay. And where are they located?
I'm actually in France.
All right.
I know. I know.
And so you're an international recording star.
I don't know about recording star, but I'd love to be a recording star.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But,
Yeah. So do you have any performances coming up?
PCC Lounge in Webster, Mass.
Okay.
December 28th. I actually go on very late. They got to hold me very late, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
11:30. Just a quick open mic, basically, sign
Okay.
up and all that. But I do play out time to time and all that. It's just because I'm instrumental, a lot of places don't. They,
Right, right.
You know how it goes.
And it's such beautiful music. It can be to me, very thoughtful and meditative type of music. And, unfortunately, I think as a society, we are trying to keep our brains busy instead of giving our brains a chance to relax and move into something as beautiful as that.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of people, they used to, what they hear on the radio,
Right.
like, Taylor Swift and the new, stations like 104.5, mostly pop, or mostly today is like pop and country, I've been noticing lately. And, you don't hear a lot of rock music, well, metal, basically.
Right.
Except for the old stations, that play the classics like Led Zeppelin and The Doors and, old stuff, The Runaways.
Right, right.
Great music,
Yeah. And it's funny, I think back, and in the 50s and early 60s, there were groups like The Ventures, who did instrumental music. The last real big instrumental hit I can think of was Edgar Winter's Frankenstein.
Okay.
It's just not something that generally gets to that hit music stage. So, but you seem to this is what you do.
Yeah. What I do is, I enjoy it, I love it. It's very peaceful. You're having a bad day and you go home and you pick the guitar up and you make a tune and it all goes away. You never give up music because no matter what happens to you go home and you pick the guitar up and it just washes right away.
There you go. I would agree with you on that. So it seems like nature is definitely a big influence for you.
Yes, it is. I like being outside. I like being by the streams. I like the cool air and the wind, and I like going to the lakes. What I do is I go. Me and my girlfriend will go down to Rutland State Park.
Okay.
What we'll do is a beautiful park, huge, and I'll bring my little amp with me, and I'll go out there, and I'll take 2 guitars with me or 1 guitar. I even play mandolin.
Okay.
Too. And what I'll do is I'll just strum right by the lake, right on the edge, and people that are swimming at the beach and all that, or other people can see me, they enjoy it. I can tell they enjoy it because I hear clapping. I see people drive by with kayaks and,
Okay.
Hey, someone's playing guitar up there, top of the hill. What's going on over there? And that's what I do. People really enjoy it, and really, I think it really connects to other people.
Yeah. So what are you working on now?
Right now, I just got finished a Gift album, and that was the last project I worked on. And I just That just recently just came out, so that was my recent work I just did. So
Okay, so you are in that little period in between, and with the number of albums that you have out, I get the feeling that those are rather short periods in between.
I wouldn't say short. I would say they're. I can write. Usually I get about 8 months between each song.
Right.
I wrote this last album, truthfully, honestly, in about 2 months.
Okay.
That music came to me so quickly, so I can write a song extremely quick. But when I finish it up, I put a lot of thought into it, though.
Right. Well, that's it. And what I think I'm sensing though is that from the time you finish one album, you're probably writing something new that's going to be on the next one.
Pretty much is how I am.
Yeah.
I love music. I enjoy it.
Well, that's great. So is there a question that I didn't ask that you wish I would have asked?
No, you covered everything.
Okay.
It was beautiful. Thank you.
All right. So can you play something for us just to bring us out?
Sure, no problem.
So again, this has been Creative Connection, and I look forward to seeing you again. And Warren Burnett is going to play another song for us to bring us out to the end of the show. And thank you, Warren.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.